What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Good to be back on Rug Pull Friday. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. We had the non-farm payrolls coming in today, and this is the one I was waiting for. This is the one I was waiting for. I was saying, I think one, I was expecting some kind of move on Jerome Powell, but nothing that crazy. And then non-farm payrolls was the big one that I was looking for. So I felt like this one had the ability to move the markets. So I was saying that all week. It did have the ability to make this thing just run like crazy, and we could be set for bullish. Now we are pulling back a little bit. But before we get into that, you guys are just piling on into the rooms. Good morning to Aaron. We got Albert with us. We got Alex. We got Bill. Good morning. Brian Thompson. Good morning. We got Brian in the house. Cedric's with us. We got Doug, George, Gerline, Jay, Jennifer, Joe. We got Josh, Jordan. We got Ken, Quantran. We got Rick. We got Rick G. Good morning, Sylvan. Good morning, Tony. Tim, we got Will, my girl Sochi's in the house. Whew, got a bunch of beautiful people here. We got all you guys on YouTube land. Good morning, Ernesto. Good morning to all you guys out there. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. And we will get into this little pullback. The numbers did come in hot today. Let's just see that little bit of a retracement, though. Where would that 50% retracement actually come in? And are we there yet? Is the question. We are slightly below the 50%, and we could still have the abilities to hang on to. I have 399.83 would be a 618. So about the 400. Can we hold 400 today on the SPY? If so, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Tony says not heard of non-farm payrolls before. I'm Googling it now. It's basically just to see how many non-farmers. It's a jobs report that they take away anybody claiming to be a farmer. Which I would imagine that the cannabis is legal in so many states. Farming has been running up through the roof. Everybody's a farmer now. I would assume. I don't know. Everyone from Colorado is like, we were on that farming game for a while. Most farming is in Colorado at this point. It's crazy. But yeah, that was a big one. And again, because the jobs are going to affect these markets, right? So there's really three keys to what Jerome Powell's looking for in the market. And one of those is definitely the jobs. That gives him, if people have jobs, it gives him leeway to be able to move around the rate hikes a little bit more without having to run the company. He doesn't mind recession. Honestly, that's kind of the goal. He's kind of pushing for recessions. What he doesn't want is depressions. So he doesn't want to see mass layoffs and mass everything. And I'm not talking about a few numbers. I'm talking about like depression. So the fact that the non-farm payrolls are coming out, that's kind of working against the happy-go-lucky Jerome Powell just skipping his way to the podium yesterday, trying to put a positive spin. And by the way, the positive spin from Jerome Powell on what was that, Wednesday? That was a happy-go-lucky Jerome Powell, but that could also be masking the fact that they might start to be realizing they've might have overdone it on the rate hikes, and they're looking at this thing going, we could be flying this ship into the depression, and I don't know, maybe we do see not only a full-on reversal pivot, but we might see a big old U-turn from what we see if that's what the Fed is thinking. So it's still a wild time. It is still a wild time. Let's see. So we're gonna have a gap down on pretty much everything today, I would assume. I think everything should qualify today. This one does. So this is Amazon. at least at this point, not looking great for Amazon. We still have an untested VPOC somewhere around 92.31. So maybe we could sit there with 92.31. And we do have a little bit of resistance, maybe coming in at least two of the VPOCs, 98, 93, 98, something like that. But if we got down to this level, great. If not, if we're gonna open up below, I would say 93, let's say $94. Probably looking a little bit more weak on the Zon. I just want to see where that 618 is. We're right at that 618. Yep. We're below strong support, but sitting right at that 618. I'd still have to lean a little bit more bearish. I think there is a ton of bulls right now trapped. So I'm probably gonna have to lean a little bit bearish, but of course the market's not gonna be easy and just say, okay, we're not only below support, but below the 618 and just take a short. I want that email subscription. It just every day I get an email like, take this one short. The market just says so. All right, I'll do it. All right. Delta. Let's see where we got some volume on this. So we got some volume coming in. Decent volume toward the end of the day yesterday. That's going to trap some of those bulls. The other big volume candle is the end of the day on Friday. They're all trapped as well. We should have some room on Delta. The only problem is we're gonna have support again somewhere. It's only 20 cents away, 21 cents away for right now. Still at a good retracement level, but there is some bulls trap. Apple, who's just been real volatile. We got Apple, a little bit of a gap down again. So we have this little support. This one probably hasn't fallen as much as it honestly has to. We might be at the, I don't even know if we're at the 50% retracement. Let me just check this out real quick. So that's something from here to here. Pre-market, yeah, we're not even at the 50. So Apple has a little bit of room to go. We have one little version of support. At least VPOC 145.23. These guys are gonna with 10 EMA. So again, a lot of things are gonna qualify for 10 EMA as far as the gap goes. But because we were bullish yesterday, now we're gapping down. This is also gonna be one of those days where we might be on the wrong side of those 10 EMAs. We'll have to see. I don't know. Even though this is a pretty big gap down, I don't know if I want to short out of the gate. I might want to give the market 15 minutes to settle in, see if we get any real direction. Most of these things are at very, very good, valid pullback spots. So we'll have to see. But here's 15 minutes on NVIDIA. We're right in the zone where there's not really a lot of volume. And we're probably going to have some kind of support anywhere from 163.77 to 161. And then after that, we got another big spot of support somewhere around 160. Let me go to a longer time frame. How do we look on the hourly chart? We hit some type of bigger resistance, again gapping down on NVIDIA into just an empty space at this point. We have resistance right above us now and support right below us. I'd probably have to lean a little bit bearish. I would love to see some green candles out of the gate, to be honest. I think that would make trading a lot easier today. If we see some type of green candle out of the gate, and then we could take some breakdowns, get some buy the dip mentality coming in, and then we could take some shorts. This one looks delicious. AMD looks great. Oh no, never mind. I was looking at my alarm. I was looking at my my alarm. I said, I go, oh yeah, this is where we're opening under all that. No, we didn't hit it yet. We're still not there yet. But my alarm is in a great spot. So there's that. Yeah, we're chop zone. This one, we probably have a little bit of support coming in. I would like to see 73.80 get retested. That would be the spot I would actually be interested in going long and just kind of playing this sideways chop channel until it starts breaking down. But clearly we're just trading sideways on AMD. Tesla, they did deliver their first semi to Pepsi today. Unfortunately, non-farm payrolls just smoked them out of the gate. Little inverse head and shoulders on Tesla. This is going to be our key level that we got to get past if we're going to go bullish on Tesla. We saw Tesla just I think a lot of things yesterday just kind of came to a stalemate. Not a lot of movement yesterday, which is fine. I mean, the day before was a huge, massive move, lots of volume, craziness, and then we have a rest day after. So right now we are just kind of fading back. Again, our support is probably going to be 190.52. We also have this untested VPOC somewhere around 182.91. Could we get back down there again? I'm gonna be watching this 190 level like crazy. So anything below 190, and I think we start to have the ability for a much bigger pullback, which would give us about $7 to the downside. Right now, is this going to be the spot we get some kind of bounce at 190? They do have some good news, but I guess one truck doesn't save Tesla. You would think. Everything is trading the same. Let me know if there's any other stocks that you guys are watching. Any other stocks that you guys are looking to play today? So far, everything looks exactly the same. Boeing might be a little bit on the weaker side. This is actually a really good bearish gap. Let me flip this to a daily, but it should be the same thing. Maybe finally Boeing is ready for some kind of an actual pullback. We do have one little level of support, probably 171.88. We'll see how that acts. Somewhere between 171, 173. We're at 173 right now. Has been a very, very weird strength spot for Boeing lately. But this is the first time, maybe the second time that we opened in a very long time below the 10 EMA on a daily chart. So we were going to have that. But we are gapping below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, we're just hanging in. But Boeing actually looks decent for a short. So far out of all of them, let me just run through the dailies real quick. And again, Boeing is going to be a retest gap. Most of these things will actually be retest gaps, and we're still sitting inside of these candles at good support. So you see on Amazon, here's a bullish engulfing candle. We are just kind of coming down, retesting that, and I would expect some bullishness out of the gate. I think we get bought up a little bit after we retest. Gloves are off. I don't know what happens from that point, to be honest. Do we just power through it? Do we start ignoring the non-farm payrolls? Do we get news from now and then it retests and then news comes out on something, the market as a whole? Not sure if we have any other meetings or anything like that we have to watch out for today. I don't think so. I think non-farm payrolls to me was the biggest one. But we'll see if there's any hidden black swans out there in the market. So technically we have another retest. Again, this one could drop before it rises. Jobs came in high. Tony's saying, why is that bad for the market? Because unemployment is good for the market right now. Jerome Powell wants more people fired. He wants to be like Donald Trump on The Apprentice, you fired. You fired. Because the more money in the economy, yeah, anything like if people are working, that means they have money. If they have money, they can spend money. Although a firm has been going absolutely crazy. This one on Apple's actually a gap and go. That's so far that's the only one I've seen gap and go wise. Yeah. Jerome Powell wants people to only have just enough money. I think that would be a good level for Jerome Powell to be at. But I think he is starting to see, and that's why we could get that U-turn as far as that's a nice gap and go on the video as well. So stop spending and the market will go up. No, he does. He wants you to spend, and we saw it even on Black Friday. I think a firm was up, which is the buy now, pay later, buy now, pay never system that we've now started to implement. Just buy it. Just buy things. Worry about when you have the money. When you have the money, it's kind of like dealing with. I don't even know. It just spend it. Just look at this new TV. Just buy that. They're up year over year on Black Friday about 80. I think it was 83%. So we've seen, let's go to, you guys want to look at Netflix. We've seen savings go down to, I think we're at historical low levels. We're still inverted on the yield curve. We're still a massive inversion on yield curve, meaning that the short-term bonds are higher by a lot over the 10-year. So it's either the bond market is completely wrong or recession is definitely still on the table. And usually once we hit the peak inversion, the recession comes usually about 6 months after. So we could still have we could still have a little market of euphoria before the recession actually hits. Like we're still not in any way, shape, or form safe. But at least based on that monthly close from last month, I mean, we could get some bullishness. We did say there's still probably we might have just been in a wave for the entire time on a daily or on a monthly chart. We could get another month or two of Santa Claus rally and whatever they want to call it, and then then people actually start feeling it. There's a report. I don't have it up now, but there's a report of where people are spending, and the leisure and vacation is still, and you even see it, I think, from Expedia reports as far as like their earnings go, all that stuff. But you're looking at people are still willing to go out, do things, spend money on themselves, on leisure, on vacation, things like that. But everything else, consumer goods, all of that is getting cut back. So that's still good, but it's telling me people are they still have money, right? They're not sweating it yet. But we're seeing credit card limits. I think we have more openings of new credit cards at a higher rate than ever before. That's telling me that they're just kind of footing the bill to that back to that Affirm model of just buy it now, pay later. But Affirm with credit cards, you pay it back and your credit score will go up, like by paying it down. Affirm, you could actually be dropping on your credit card. So if people are, you're gonna have people's credit scores dropping as well on top of not having money. That's gonna make it tough. Yeah, Netflix is at some type of support. I would agree with that. There's only still a little pullback, so nothing crazy yet. But we did go from 281 all the way up to 320 within 2 days, and we are just pulling back. Still a little level of support. I would like to see maybe 306 would be a bounce spot. We'll see. Justin Powell, just enough Powell. I don't know. We'll see. This market is me. We're at a very, very crucial spot at the open today. Uber might be a nice short. Uber actually looks like a really nice short. I will keep my eye on Uber for sure. Uber was the one. I didn't see the play. Is it bullish or bearish? Because that is going to hurt. All of those VPOCs are now gapping under. You're gapping under that big day. Kind of like what we saw in Costco. Costco just beat us all to it. There's that big day that we had 2 days ago. Yesterday we gapped down on earnings and just ran like crazy. It was bearish. I got filled and stopped on the same day. Well, if you want to reopen it, it has my blessing. Anytime we start breaking under those big candles from what was that, Wednesday? There's going to be weakness. CRM is opening near the bottom of its hammer yesterday. Yep, still some weakness. And I think some of these things that are like, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to change sentiment on this. Even this VPOC where it closed yesterday, below all of those. So I think CRM continued direction is bearish. Jordan, this has happened to me twice in 3 to 6 seconds. Jordan says, what's your advice when there is a full market full of plays? What is the main thing you look at? I don't like a full market full of plays. I don't. I like things that look different than the rest of the market. If the entire market looks exactly the same, it actually, to me, makes it a lot more difficult to change. Because number one, we're trading on we're not trading individual news, individual company. We're trading macro. So as soon as anything comes out macro related, the entire market's going to just continue to move in those directions. If you're playing an individual company because they got catalysts, they got earnings, they got whatever news that came out that looks different than the market, you're going to get more special attention to it. It almost doesn't matter what the market does because you're playing that one individual stock. So for me, when the entire market looks the same, I'm not picking the horse. I'm going to pick the patience and just wait. What do I think of PayPal? This one didn't even get that 2-day ago rally. I mean, it did a little bit, some kind of a hammer. We're below that. This looks incredibly weak. Yeah, this one looks short till 74.84, and then who knows from that spot. I don't have any position yet. I know some of the Chinese names were doing good previously. Are they taking any gap down from this? Like I said it the other day. I said it 2 days ago, I think. In a weird way, I think China's a year ahead of us. They've been getting crushed. Like they started getting crushed before we did. And I think we're kind of just on there. So I think they're actually I think we're gonna see the Chinese markets recover before the US. Just as kind of we're hitting the peak pain. I think we're gonna have rallies on Chinese names first. So we'll see if this is China just starting to bend that curve a little bit, start a new direction or not. But right now they're kind of still holding. Michael Holt says, is Baba bullish engulfing candle on the daily? No. This would have to be flipped. Yep. This is just an inside day. Yep. So this is actually a breakout candle, good volume, and we're just kind of hanging inside, more of a resting day. And right now where we're opening, it's still kind of just in a resting day. So nothing. If you're looking at candles that actually tell stories, this is your candle that tells a story. This is a meaningful candle, right? This is the candle that everybody had to make a decision during this day as to if I was short, do I really still want to be short? Or am I going to have to force my hand, sell, or buy back my shares? Is this a candle that I'm interested in getting in long? This is the candle right here that's going to drive some kind of decision making. This one, anybody that already made a decision, kind of just letting it rest, and they don't have to react, right? So there's not a lot of movement. You're range bound until you break out of this candle one way or the other. The Tesla news could take the Tesla truck news could take the retest high today. The news already came out though. Number one, it was sort of expected for that truck delivery, and that news actually came out prior to the jobs number. So just be careful on that. The Tesla semi-truck production. Yeah, they delivered a truck. I think it was one. I think they delivered one truck to Pepsi. So not only can you drink Pepsi, but save the earth at the same time, if you think about it. As providing that your Pepsi came on the one truck. Otherwise, you just enjoy the Pepsi. You're still destroying the earth, gas fumes everywhere, but it's delicious. So, what are you gonna do? All right, we got Coinbase. Coinbase is just kind of inside, just hanging out a little bit. Bitcoin, the coin of bits. Still, yeah. We're just trading like the rest of the market. Not back down to that 15K yet. Not at my 9,500 yet either. So I can't do anything with crypto. Traveled fully loaded 500 miles on a single charge. Did it come out as how long it takes for out of playing devil's advocate for a second? That if just on the savings end of things, right? If you have a fleet of trucks driving around all day, it's all electric, you're saving an absolute ton of money on not having to fuel those trucks. My question is, how long does it take to actually charge the battery? Because you're still paying the guy who's driving the truck. And if he's got to wait for 16 hours for a battery to charge and he's on the clock, would that just cancel out the fuel costs? 45 minutes on a diesel truck? 45 minutes is not horrible. They do have mandatory brakes. Yep. I know they got that. They usually got like little beds in the truck and stuff. It's kind of wild. 70% in 30 minutes. All right, so it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I was thinking, like, is this thing gonna be like 45 minutes long to charge, and you're just paying these people to sit around and I mean, honestly, if it was 16 hours, I would be driving a truck. I'd be the first one to apply to drive trucks, because then I'd be like, okay, I'll drive the truck, pull over in the rest stop, 16-hour break. I get to I'll be day trading the entire time. Like, this is great. Neo. Yep. So Neo's going to be another one of the Asian stock names that have been decently strong. At least the last few days, starting to kind of maybe break out. But inside day yesterday, and then we're kind of just pre-market, slight little gap down. But again, this is the candle that tells the story, that makes people react. This one, we're just inside. DraftKings, I'm going to the Giants Washington game this Sunday, so DraftKings will get my money. All right, that is the opening bell. So unfortunately, everybody in YouTube land, you guys are absolutely terrific, but this is where I got to cut ties. I don't know. They make me do it. It's the rules. I got to do it. Wish I didn't have to, but you could always join us, hang out, trade with us each and every day, all day long till 6 p.m. Eastern. So 2 hours after the market, we have live content, classes, information, different option strategies, all that good stuff, all at the All Access Pass. Go to reallifetrading.com and you guys can find all the details, information there. But again, YouTube, first 30 minutes of the market. There is no cost to you to log in every single day. I hope to see you on Monday. The only thing I do ask for is a little like on the way out And if you have not subscribed, make sure you do so and could catch all the latest content from Real Life Trading. Otherwise, I'll catch all of you guys later. You guys